Hello and welcome into our studio. Dad's across from me, John's on my left on the couch, and I'm Hudson. And if you're new to these videos, these are our numbers videos. This is where Dad and I, who are full-time voiceover actors, or artists, whatever you want to call us, we give our income and job numbers and all other sorts of numbers that are related to voiceover. And then John is part of VO Marketing Pro, which is a direct email marketing business that markets for people like Dad and I, and he's going to give their groups numbers as well. So if you're part of that, you know the drill. If you're new to that, then you'll get used to it here soon. So we do have more videos like this. I'll probably circle back at the end, but you can check them out. They're all in the numbers playlist on our channel. So check those out, and we'll start out like we always do with Johnny and the VO Marketing Pro group and hear how they did this week.
All right. So 33 warm responses this week, 12 auditions, and then 6 jobs reported. Got a couple in the hopper that we can't report, but we'll hopefully get those reported next week. We got 1 from Noel Romano, Tyler Boss.
Nice.
2 for Lauren Gobus, and 2 for Hudson Barsness. So 6 in total. We've asked people to report how they're doing with their own direct email marketing, just because it's encouraging. We don't ask for specifics about it. Just kind of give us, like we are, how many warm responses, how it's going. If you're booking some work, being vague about it, you don't need to tell us anything specific. But we had one person just give us a story, which we've made mention of these stories before, but it's nice to hear it from other people. So I'll just read it. This person said, I received a job request this week from a prospective e-learning client that I sent a marketing email to back in 2020. They weren't even one of the warm responses, but they kept my demo on file. And when a new developer was hired, she heard it and thought I was perfect fit for her project. This person goes on to say, I guess it just goes to show us that even if they don't respond to our email, it doesn't mean they aren't interested. We didn't pay this person. We didn't make up this email. That is exactly what she said. And we've said that before, but it's nice to hear it from other people. I hope that's encouraging to other people to hear that your emails that are going out that we're sending out on your behalf, you might not get something back that day. You might not get something back until you get a audition or job. But they're out there, and there's lots of them out there. And, that's an encouraging thing, and it should be encouraging to other people, too, that it does work. And doubling your efforts by doing it on your doing some on your own, maybe targeting what you think you're good at, whether it's e-learning or maybe you're good at
medical
animation
narration.
Or medical narration or things like that. Target those companies while we send out to a broader range of genres of voiceover would probably be a good idea, and it's paying off for this person, and that's great to hear. Like I said, we like hearing how we're doing with your efforts, but it's also great to hear how people are doing with their own efforts, and it makes us it makes us know that when you're doing it too. Specifically, it's nice to hear that it's working, and you're doing well on your own. You're doing well on your own, which is a great thing, and we'll keep chugging along with your emails as the months go by. So
I think those are maybe the most. I mean, it's fun to get a reply right away, but it's kind of the most fun when you get something from that was 6 months ago, or it was a year ago. What they were keeping me in mind, or like she said, that wasn't even from our efforts for her.
Nope.
That was her own efforts of direct marketing, and maybe somebody kept her on file, obviously, and said, oh, well, I kind of like her voice. We have somebody we already work with. That person left. Somebody came in and said, I really like that person's voice. Once again, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So you never know.
Have you ever taken a pair of pants off or a coat and put it away for the winter, and then you come back and you say, I've got a $10 bill in there. That's kind of what it's like, is you forget that it's there, and that's why you market. You just market, spread this, fish, put your poles and your hook in a lot of different places, and you never know. All of a sudden you forget, oh, I didn't even know I had that line in that specific pond or something, and you get something. That is fun.
Yeah. So thanks for reporting. We have people that are doing a really good job of letting us know, like, hey, I'm pretty sure I didn't contact this person. And so they reach out to us, and we do a quick look through to see if it's one of ours, meaning that we sent out on your behalf. And it's nice when people, have us do their marketing and they want it to work, and they want it to go well for them and for us. And we look for ways then to help even more with those people that are reporting, because we want you to be successful, and that helps us be successful. So if you're reporting, if you have any questions about what's coming in your way, whether it's a job audition or warm response, let us know. We had 2 people let us know that they got warm responses or a job this week. One was from ours and one was not, and we let the person know that they didn't have to, or that it wasn't ours. And so we're not going to take.
You're very honest.
We're very
on
careful
that, yes.
that we're not taking your, because we want you to trust us. And so please trust us that we will do that, and please keep reporting your things, because it can be down the stream too. It might not be just that one person that we reached out to, but lots of times we can find a way that it was from when we reached out to them, or it's maybe from one of yours. Well, but we can do some investigative work, which will help us more of a symbiotic relationship, and we'll want to more help if you're being honest with us. So please keep doing that.
All right. Thank you. Good job to all the people who keep sticking in it and keep doing it, and welcome to the new people if there are new people. Anyway, this week I had 3 warm responses, 1 audition. I actually booked 3 jobs this week. I got one after Joe Bob had sent the check-in. So I had 2 new clients, and the third one was recurring from direct email marketing. One of the new clients was $100. That was the one that, I don't know if people pay attention to the VOMP Facebook, but it was, what you looking at?
Nope, I'm just
anyway.
Listening intently.
I was going to show it to you if you wanted to see it. But that one was the one that they said, we were just so happy with your audition that we used that. That was fun.
Nice.
Anyway, the other one, I don't know exactly how much it is. It's an e-learning place that I have. They supposedly have a real big course or something like that, e-learning training module or something like that. And they haven't sent me that, but then they sent me something else that was a little bit shorter. So anyway, I did that. I don't know how much it is. I'm going to circle back here soon. And then the recurring one was somebody my dad and I both work for. And that was $230 for a session. I booked 10 jobs, 10 projects this whole week. $150 on Upwork, $30 on Upwork. And then the big daddy whopper, the one I talked about last week, was I got a inquiry from a guy on Upwork, a pretty big national brand that asked me to be the voice of one of their training modules. So they had a budget of $1,600, and so I worked on that this week. I get to keep $1,026. We're going to go through edits, and I'm sure they'll pay me for that as well. Reread, stuff like that, if there are any. So there's still some money left out on the table, but that was a lot of fun to be able to be busy, real busy this week, and also get paid for being real busy and have a nice budget. So anyway, then back to reality here. $10 job on Fiverr, $20 job on Fiverr, $10 job, and a $10 job that I have to go do after our little video here. No jobs on Voice 1, 2, 3, but I'm getting lots of proposal likes or audition likes. So I've got probably about 20 of those. I just got over the 100 auditions mark on there. So, and then I did 9 hours of editing for Dad for a grand total of $1,738 plus the one that I don't know. So I don't exactly know. I'll just say one thing. I got that big job this week, and I was very excited for it, of course. But I told Dad that, I have, close to $1,600 booked this week, which is twice as much as I need what I'm going for. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to just sit here and not do the things that I'm supposed to be doing. I kept sending out emails. I kept doing proposals on Upwork, and I obviously took some low-paying jobs on Fiverr. And so that's just what I'm doing, lots of auditions on Voice 1, 2, 3, 2, because I just know that next week could be slow, and I'm working at building a successful voiceover business. So those are the things that I did this week, just as maybe if you're doing stuff and you're not busy or whatever, keep doing the marketing that you're supposed to. Keep dropping
What was
lines
the
out
total
there.
that you had again?
$1,738 plus the whatever that one
Is that
script
2
was.
weeks in a row? Now was that just last week you were at 1,500 or something like that?
I don't think so.
Well,
I
it
don't
was just
remember.
recently.
Yeah.
You were up over $1,500. I might have been 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, good job.
This week
Good.
was busy.
Yeah.
Some days I didn't have time to really think. I just was busy working away. So anyway,
Good for you.
yeah, it was fun.
My week, and I wanted to talk for a little bit, if you'll bear with me, and it's with something in mind. But I'll just run through my numbers and a couple of little caveats that I wanted to mention. My Upwork, I had one job, $135. Fiverr, another good week. I had a client that used to use me, especially prior 2 years, 21 and 22, 2021 and 2022. They used me a lot. And they just came back this last week ago and said, we have lots of work. So that was good news. And so $1,996.80 for Fiverr. And that was, by the way, 12 jobs, one Upwork job, 12 Fiverr jobs. And then direct marketing was $5,069. $5,069. Before I tell you the total, I did direct marketing for a company that does a lot of automotive stuff. And I noticed that I did a ton of work for them in 2017. I think I was a new kid on the block, and they were trying me all out, all of their producers. And I'm not super great on automotive stuff. So they used me for a lot of different ones from 2017 and 2018. I got quite a bit of work. $75 a crack for 30 seconds. They're not real picky. And then it just slowly started to they weaned me out of work. And I didn't get any. Just look back. I got very little in 2019, very little in 2020, and none in 2021. 22, I think I got a few jobs. And then just recently, now in the last 2 weeks, I've had 7 jobs from them because they have a new producer there and they're doing some stuff for a cable television company, Comcast, actually. And I don't know if it's national or just, whatever, but I've had 7, and I can do them in about 10, 15 minutes. And so I've had 7 jobs, so $750 in the last 2 weeks from this particular company. So it's almost like a new client again. So that's kind of fun. So my total was $7,200.80. $7,200.80. I have $1,400 booked for next week already. I'm expecting scripts. So $7,200, a little over. And I wanted to do something here. I'm going to hand Hudson. This is just my worksheet. It's just a 8.5 by 11 lined paper. This is how I record all my work. You can't see.
Wow, really fancy.
Yeah, I just want you to just do for just a minute or two. And I have some reason why I'm doing this, method behind my madness. Just make some observations, if you will, Hudson. I think there were how many jobs there for direct marketing? They're on the back as well. There's about
Are these the jobs here, or
all of them.
Oh,
are
20.
direct
Looks like
marketing
21.
jobs. Yeah, and then there's some on the
projects.
back. Yeah, and then just those top
5
4.
more.
Yeah, so maybe 25, 26 jobs. What do you see there as some?
Well, obviously the big thing that stands out, and that's what you said, was $5,069 from direct marketing.
Yeah.
Direct marketing, once again, $5,069. Once again, 5,000. Anyway, I won't do that again.
Yeah.
But that's pretty impressive.
Yep.
And then I see your I was going to say this, your Fiverr's slowly going back up like this, which is nice.
Yep.
I don't really. Are there a fair amount of recurring clients? It looks like on
They're
here.
all of them are recurring clients. Some are new on Fiverr, but all.
I guess from
and
this
one
week
Upwork
you had
is.
multiple ones that were.
Is it that they're not a lot of high-paying ones necessarily?
That's
Yes.
fair. There's very few. I didn't look at that
I didn't
side
look at
even.
it, but I'm
No.
There's
assuming
two
that I see what you're
e-learning.
going with it.
There's 2 e-learning, one session what was over $500, and one big e-learning one that I do for a pharmaceutical company, and that was $1,400. All the rest of them were $375 or less. and that made up a $7,200 week. So that's one point. So I'm glad you caught that. I do three by five cards.
Me too.
And on my phone. So a very simple process of writing down what I do every day, and then my sessions I just punch into my phone, and I use this. Not that you have to write down my jobs. So my point is very simple processes. They don't have to be complex to make a lot of money. I have a simple categorization that I use to help my financial assistant. And like I said, mainly the highest paying jobs, and this is typical, I get $400 or less. A lot of them are $100, $75. You can do what you want to do, but that's what I do. And that's how I make
How many
a
projects
lot of
did you do all together? 21 in
25
direct,
plus like
26,
maybe 12 Fiverr. So 30, so I do over 30 projects a week if I have a decent Fiverr.
It's a lot of, that's a lot more than some people who sit there and wait for one or two to make, maybe that much money.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, if you can, trust me. I mean, if you can make $7,200 regularly every single week, and you're only doing 2 jobs, boy, hats off to you.
Yeah, that's
you're doing better
right
than
there.
I am. But typically, people wait and they make $1,500 a month waiting for a job or 2.
Well, and you're not so busy. We live in the same neighborhood, but you're not so busy with that. How many jobs you had that you're kind of pulling your hair out? I mean, you're still able to have a life, so it's not like you're pretty boring.
Yeah,
You're busier than.
But you're busy, even though you're busy. That you have things that you can do.
Well, people think I'm either semi-retired or retired because I'm out working on my lawn.
Yep.
I just don't go far away. I take lots of walks. I ride on your little motorcycle, whatever you have, scooter,
Moped.
Play with your dog Roy, and so I have a lot of freedom.
Yeah, and so I'm just saying that some people might think, well, that's kind of overwhelming.
What would you
it's
say
not
you
an
average?
overwhelming. It's not necessarily overwhelming.
What would you say you averaged in the studio this week? Would that be 3 or 4 hours a day, maybe?
This week it probably would be.
So,
I don't typically do that, but to make it this week, I probably averaged between 3 and 4 hours a day.
So you put in 18, 20 hours maybe, and you make that much money.
Yeah.
I
I mean, there's other things, if you're a business person, you're running your own business, there's lots of other things. And I have processes in place where I hire people out to do some of the stuff, so I have that freedom. But that's one of the reasons I
on your
do what I
mind.
do. Yeah. But this is to the point, and this is kind of a new thing, and I hope I'm not getting the cart out before the horse. But one of the things we're going to be doing as Hudson walks you through his numbers, Jonathan walks through the VOMP numbers, and I did even a little bit more of a deeper dive into the numbers. That's something that we're planning on doing coming up in the future. We're planning on providing a private Facebook group that you can belong to that will help you, especially in direct marketing, and staying on top of it and knowing how to do it and being encouraged by other people that are doing that. And we're going to be unveiling that. But I just wanted to show you that's kind of a little bit of a taste of some of the stuff that we would do. There's going to be lots more, but that would be one thing that we do where we not just talk about our numbers like we do generally. We go into depth, and we can talk about why we do certain things and what we do and the processes to get to that point, how many hours we spend, things like that. Because I would like to talk, and I'm not going to do it now, but I would like to talk to Hudson about the fact that he had a really busy week. And if he would have had that busy of a week 2 years ago, I don't know if he would have survived, because he's gotten better and better and better, and you do. And that's why being in it for the long haul, it's not so bad to just slowly but surely get busier and busier and busier, because your skills get better. Your editing gets better. How much time it takes you to do certain things. And you can handle more. And you did $1,700 and I did $7,200, and I'm not tired in the least from doing that. But it took you a lot of mental energy and stuff, which is fine. I mean, trust me. that's one of the reasons way back in the day I stopped marketing my third year, because I was so nervous about a client that I had that was sending me a lot of work. So anyway, it's those types of things that we'll do more of a deep dive into, and why we do what we do, and especially helping you with direct marketing. So
if you're interested, you're interested in that, get a hold of us. Let us know. We'll give you details. We'll tell you more about what that will entail. It won't just be that. There'll be a fair amount more. So anyway,
how would they get a hold of us
if
they
they wanted
wanted
to?
To?
Myself, John Barsness at VOMarketingPro.com. .com. Damon can put that on the bottom, and then
get a hold of me at Hudson Barsness at yahoo.com.
Yeah, we'd like to gauge your interest. I mean, there's some things that we can talk about with what Joe and I do at VO Marketing Pro, when because we're pushing that boulder up the hill, and how we spend our days because we stay busy, and so we can talk about those and our ups and downs and what we're looking for. So, yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Hudson and I and Jonathan, we just are so fortunate because we have our own little group that we can hold each other accountable for. We can encourage one another. We can say, I'm going crazy, I'm not getting any work. Yeah, but you'll, and just keep doing this. And that's a lot of what it is. There's going to be a lot of material there, but it's going to be a place where you can have a little bit of a community and be encouraged and stuff.
Focus like we said, mainly on direct email marketing, because that's what we are experts in, and we can help you find ways to get a hold of somebody else if there's some other things that you need. So.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching our numbers. If you're interested in more videos like that or whatever we talked about, you can get a hold of us, or you can check out the numbers playlist. We also have listener questions. So if you want to ask a question, maybe ask them soon, because that might be something, hint, hint, that will be, unique to that group. So anyway, we'll see you later, and hope you had a good week in your voiceover stuff. And if you didn't, keep up the good work to have a good week. So we'll see you later. Did you like that video? Check out more from the original Father-Son Voiceover podcast right over here, or subscribe to our channel right here.